Hey Credit Warriors, Credit Shifu here, and so yes, is Chase going to do a redesign on the Sapphire Reserve? So I got this from Doctor of Credit, who posted this image, which is a selection of designs from a survey that was apparently sent out by Chase, asking people to rank their designs from number 1, their most preferred, to number 5, their least preferred, and it is the Sapphire Reserve card. Okay, so it looks like they're doing some market research into what people would think about getting a different design, a redesigned Sapphire Reserve. Now, don't be alarmed, this doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to instantly, redesign the card. Actually, companies do this all the time. American Express even had their, I think it was called like the naked version of the Amex Platinum. I don't know if I can see if I can find a photo of it, but basically they don't have the border around it. Someone posted a photo a while back, and they actually have given these cards out to a few people to try out. Now I'm just going to stop there. I'm recording this as I'm editing. After digging into this a little further and looking really closely at the card, I realized that this image is actually a fake. You can definitely see that it has been photoshopped. So perhaps this probably is a fake, at least the image. I don't know whether the naked card thing was fake or not, but a lot of people think that it may have just been faked. But the point is, companies do stuff like this all the time, market research, maybe not handing out physical cards, but at least surveys. It may have come from a survey Amex did and someone decided to make an image of what the card would look like for a bit of fun. But anyway, let's continue. Back to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So yes, this survey was sent out, and apparently they are asking people to rank. So let's go through these cards, and I'll give you my opinion on each one. So number 1 is basically the design we have now. I think there's no problem with it. I actually really like the design of the Sapphire Reserve. The top right hand corner is kind of like the Sapphire Preferred, but then the black sort of comes across in a gradient, kind of to show that, like, yeah, this is like the elite, like the black card version of the Sapphire Preferred. I feel like that's the idea of of it. It's like the black's kind of like covering up the Sapphire Preferred's design. Anyway, and I think it's great. Anyway, let's go to number 2. So a slightly new design. The chip is moved to the right, and the word Visa has gone, so presumably that's on the back now, but the design is basically the same as what we've got currently. Number 3 is a completely new design, and it's dark blue instead of black. Now this is kind of bland looking to me. You've got these lines going through it. I really don't like this design. And you notice on this one, the card holder name is also moved to the right, and the chip is on the right. Number 4 is a variation on the current design, which I think is good. You get a little bit more of the sort of blue turquoisey stuff. The chip is also moved to the right. And then number 5, it's very bland. This just looks like a debit card to me. I really hope they do not go with this design, for the Sapphire Reserve. And let's have a look at the back now, because they did give basically what the back looks like. And yeah, you'll notice that Visa is indeed moved to the back. The swipe strip seems to be on the bottom now, with the signature strip just above it, kind of joined to it, which is kind of interesting. But obviously people don't really care that much about the back. It's really the front. And obviously you'll see that the card numbers and everything is all on the back as well. So the Sapphire Reserve is really due for a refresh. I mean, the Amex Gold was like the credit card of last year. And then this year, obviously the Amex Green has been coming out, bringing a lot of media attention. No one's really talking about the Sapphire Reserve anymore, although it does still remain a really great card. I mean, where else can you get a Priority Pass membership for an effective annual fee of $150? Okay, there aren't many other cards that really can offer that kind of value, and I'm talking about easy to use value, because the travel credit on the Sapphire Reserve is just so easy to use. Buy 3 months worth of New York City subway passes and you've got your travel credit back. It's not like, a roundabout way trying to like buy airline gift cards that I don't think you can even do anymore on most airlines anyway. So, it really is very easy to use. Now, it is due for a refresh, and there was a rumor also from Doctor of Credit earlier this year that they were thinking of adding a dining credit, some kind of dining credit to the Sapphire Reserve, similar to the Amex Gold, or also the Amex Platinum's Uber credit, okay? And that makes sense, because the Amex Gold really did, it is the competition for the Sapphire Reserve. It did take probably some market share from the Reserve due to its 4x on restaurants. Sapphire Reserve is 3x on dining, so obviously they're competing together. And now the Green actually is offering 3x on travel and dining, so it's directly competing with the Reserve. So probably they do need to do something to the Reserve to kind of make it significantly better than the Green and make it compete with the Amex Gold. And it kind of competes with the Amex Platinum, but not really. It's kind of like Amex Platinum Light, you know. So anyway, I don't know when any of this is going to happen or if it even will happen, but I'm just showing you the kind of little leaks that we've had. So basically the card designs that came from a survey, and the thing about the dining credit that came from a rumor. For me, I'm still very happy with the Sapphire Reserve. I'm not going to get the Amex Green, so I'm going to keep the Sapphire Reserve for travel, you know, 3x on travel. I do use it less than I used to use it because I used to use it for dining. Now I use the Amex Gold for dining. It's just so much better. Sapphire Reserve is kind of a backup though for when, you know, places don't accept Amex, which is rare in the US, but sometimes when you're traveling, that comes in handy. Guys, what do you think about these possible new designs or the idea of adding a dining credit to the Sapphire Reserve? And do you think the Sapphire Reserve is due for a refresh? Do you think it's still a good deal? I'd love to hear your thoughts on the matter. I still certainly think it is really a great card to get. And if you're interested in the Sapphire Reserve, I'll also put a link to the Reserve below. Feel free to click in and learn more about the card. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe for new credit card tips and tricks and news almost every day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.